Bonsoir, bonsoir Thomas, bonsoir Stéphane, bonsoir Justin. Thomas, thank you for supporting the channel. Thomas has a little, a little game that I really appreciate. Each week he supports the channel from the get-go. The Ko-fi link in the description of the video. And each week he adds a little bit to his tipping. Thank you so much, Thomas. Hello, Frank. We're starting with an oddity, especially how that record reached me. Hello, Slowprop. This is a record that was on my want list for a good 10 years, I guess. Or maybe a little less. Yeah, about 10 years. And I remember how. It's a friend of mine. Hello, Steve. Nice to see you. A friend of mine who ran labels, the record store, and then the distributor for electronic music. He was always trying to find something that would like surprise me, which was a bit difficult for him. But yeah, Didier Aline, who ran the Synchrophone shop and distribution in Paris. And he told me about that record as like a little secret hidden gem in a way. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty good when he made me listen to it. And I put it on my want list on discogs, and I could see it going for really, really reasonable prices, but it was never on my priority list. But it kept crawling into my mind, like this is something maybe I should get. It's cheap. And the other day, while sorting a little bit the piles of white label promos I have that I've never listened to. I used to be the editor of a music magazine and a DJ and in a band and had labels. So I got sent a shitload of white label promos. And most often, if I didn't know what it was, you never have time for these. And there I saw that I've had that record that was on my want list for a good 12 years. Yeah, the Chill Zone, is it? Well, the next track is from the same record. I just thought like I'll play a little more of it so you get like a little bit of the span of that record. That is definitely obviously influenced by Aphex Twin. Hello, Diggler Dirk. Hello, Andy. My friend Ed from the UK, whose music I wish I will eventually get to hear. And our friend Sean, who just did an interesting little video about like a very forgotten little piece of music history. Not too demanding, just things you'll like a video you'll watch and you will feel more knowledgeable after. Hello, Marcos. Hello, Stefan. Hello, Angela. So, we're listening to 2 tracks of Axhan Sonn. This is what was included in the record he sent me. Influences: 60s experimental, 70s disco, 80s wave, 90s in general, and a bit of everything else. Similar to Aphex Twin, Music, Seafield, Jeff Mills, Ottaker. He puts his colors on his sleeve, huh? Well, sorry, Axhan Sonn, for taking so long to actually listen to this, but this is wonderful and cheap. But not many copies are around. Yeah, the world is pretty shit right now, and a lot of people are not willing to do what it craves to change it. Hello, Julia. Hello, Mercurian Man. And hello, Marius. Marius Stark already here and supporting the stream. Thank you. I don't know. Honestly, I plan to get in touch with him after this, just to send him a little note. I don't know how much you enjoy this, but I think this is really, really good. Lots of contrast between these very nice, ample, lush pads and this hectic, rhythmic pattern. Marius got a stack of really good records lately that he showcases on his channel. I had a few conversations during the week that made me think of a few things I want to play tonight, maybe. And I got quite a lot of records in the mail, and a few records locally as well. Some that are, I mean, there's always connections between all these streams. Really, really nice pads here. And this guy is from Belgium, huh? Liège. Not very sophisticated promo, but yeah. Now I guess some of you will instantly figure out what that is, who this musician might be. I see why, le clepsydre. Thank you, Frank. You guys are early tonight. It's appreciated. Frank just supported the stream as well with a nice little tip. So this is a soundtrack, so now you know who that is. This is a movie that from the 60s, if I remember correctly, that the soundtrack was never issued back then, so it's an archival recording. Ennio Morricoe, I pugni tasca, fist in the pocket, which obviously is a pun on a fistful of dollars. they tried to market the movie as much as they could. But this is a very like esoteric drama about addiction and mental illness. I mean, yeah, quite. This cover tells you some of it. It's one of the eeriest soundtracks of Morricone for Marco Bellocchio, with the great French actor Lou Castel, who made most of his career in Italy. Yeah, this is like a psychosexual thriller, you could say, in a way. A really, really, really good soundtrack that is obviously taking cues from his Il Gruppo di Improvvisazione Nuova Consonanza days. Hello, Obscure Robot. Hello, Chris. Hello, Dory. Long time no see. Yeah, it's the kind of music you would find in a movie featuring close, not Nomi, but what's his name? The actor. Whatever. But I see your point with Klaus Nomi. There's some less abstract cues on that soundtrack as well. But this was only issued, like I think, in 2014, only 1,000 copies. So for an Ennio Morricone soundtrack, that's not a lot. Kinski, yeah, exactly. You can feel Klaus Kinski hiding in the walls and looking at you while you're preparing to shower or something. But there's quite a few copies of it still floating around. Like it shouldn't be too difficult to get for cheap. I guess, to be honest, the cover here is too clean in a way. It doesn't sell the record the right way, in my opinion. The font, everything is too basic, I would say. And even the sticker here, the hype sticker, is kind of ugly. But if you are into Morricone and his more abstract stuff, I mean, this is a beauty. For those of you in the US, I wrote a few months ago an article for Record Collector News about Ennio Morricone's music outside of his more common film soundtracks, the spaghetti and giallos stuff. This is kind of a giallo, and I cited that one as an exception to to the framework, the frame I set for that article. Yeah, exactly. Too polished and too, I don't know, too sterile in a way. The next record is it's quite odd. Let's see, there's quite a few tracks I could play from this. I don't know if Zeb is here, but he'll approve. Hello, Arkansas. Hello from snowy Sweden. Since yesterday. Oh my god, yeah. And I had to go to the post office today to get some of the new arrivals. The post office is like 5 kilometers away from here, so I ride my bike there. I had to find like um, break between snowfalls, which started yesterday. Yes. This is a compilation called I Want the Beatles to Play at My Art Center. This is basically a compilation of archival recordings on a Norwegian radio station dating back from the late 60s up to the mid 2010s. And we're listening to Thief by Soft Machine, recorded in 71 with the great lineup. Hello, Rohit Jain. Hello, Christophe. Nice to see you. Haha. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, I will again. There is another record. I'll tell you more about that soon. Especially if you guys supported the stream tonight. Oh, Sean, thank you for leaving a tip already. Our friend with the Vinyl Dreamscape. But what's amazing about that compilation, apart from the whole concept, is you get Arne Nordheim, the prime modern avant-garde composer from Norway, and a bunch of others. You get the Spontaneous Music Ensemble. Like, how? And you get also more. You get John Cage from '83, and you get also Jim O'Rourke, Lasse Mahog, Def Prod, Jenny Vole. It's just a great package, and very interesting, referencing how, like, a radio station back then would care about representing the avant-garde in such a fashion that they would invite the bands to play. I guess, like, yeah, that's how it was in the 60s. You couldn't really put together an amateur associative radio, community radio. I want the Beatles to play at my art center. I suspect this might be some kind of Norwegian royalty figures. Hello, Liam. You want to pick off what? Of that record that Marius is talking about? Well, he has actually Slow Frog. You mean, yeah. You wish it exists on vinyl. The Death Prod Biosphere Nordheim remixes. I got all of Arne Nordheim's records, every single one. So, there's one record with one track that I'm missing. And one less at least. Hello, Michael, guten Abend. So this features like the great soft machine lineup of Elton Dean, Hugh Hopper, Robert Wyatt, Michael Ratledge. Yeah, doesn't get better. Chief is a composition by Michael Ratledge, by the way. Yeah. Too soon, Liam. By the way, there's some great new records coming out these days. I would say that so far, 2023 has been pretty quiet in terms of new music, new artists spreading their wings, from my perspective, on vinyl record. But October has been crazy so far. And I got some catching up to do. There's some venues I haven't taken the usual focus on. I still need to investigate, but expect quite a lot of brand new releases soon that if I can get my hands on all of them, you will be glad. And we'll do more of our infamous streams with Michael 45 here about upcoming releases or recent ones. So now, from the same compilation, we get to the Jemm Cercs composition that was, I think, a commission from this art center. I'm sorry, I said a radio station, but yeah, it's an art center. But I read something about a radio station as well. Maybe Zeb will be able to shed light on that. Taken from... Okay, that was an installation. No, okay. Okay, there's some discrepancy between the track listing on inside here and here. So this might be Def Prod or Jemm Cercs. I think it's Jemm Cercs, and an installation for John Cage, a tribute to John Cage, The Anarchy of Silence. I'm discovering this as you are. Yeah, there's no shortage of archival and reissues, but I think the last 2 years have been exceptional because of COVID, of artists having a lot of time to do music, to rethink things a little bit, and there was an explosion of creativity. Now it slowed down a little bit, and now we're getting back to the pace, in my opinion. So this is like a Nursery Rhyme piece from the late 80s. Yeah, there's a Def Prod composition on this as well, Michael. Yeah, no, it can't be Def Prod. Yeah, for those who don't know, Def Prod is like... It's probably... I mean, Biosphere is almost like metal compared to Def Prod's ambient music. That's a beautiful package, and it will be a prize in your collection, I suppose, Christophe. I don't know if it will be the record that you listen to the most of his for the coming few years, but it's good. And I'm saying that as a Sun Ra enthusiast who's not a fanatic of Sun Ra at all. Hello, the hater. Value Maggie line. Remind me. I don't even. It's the name of a song or something. Or it's the degrees of separation. Hello, Dom. Dom forgetting about his pals and favoring the ladies. All right. Maybe some jazz already? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I saw that. You're correct. You're totally correct. Yeah. She wasn't. Yeah, I mean, she had a few years left in her, I think. Yeah, so this this is obviously very experimental art music, huh? But lots of stuff happening, and it's Jemm Cercs, so it's sounding amazing. So never escaping the Beatles, huh? Hello, Frank. Now, this is a cheap one that I don't know how long it will remain cheap. Salut Frank. Thank you, Frank, for supporting the channel again. Hello, Philippe. Yeah, so this record has a pretty insane lineup, and I can't believe. Well, there's quite a lot of different things happening on that record. Bear with me, it's just getting better by the second. And yes, it's a cheap one. And yes, it's the right speed. No John Peel here. Well, I see why you would think so, Ed. Well, the trombone. And the trombone player in this is why I had an interest in that record from the first place. But it's just much more than that. The Jimo piece. Obscure. What was that again? This rings a bell. I hope you're not in pain, Stefan. I hope it went well for you. Or that you have the right medicine. So this is Muhal Richard Abrams, featuring the incredible George Lewis on trombone and synthesizers. All compositions by Muhal Richard Abrams. You also have Roscoe Mitchell on alto sax and flute, Youssef Yansi on theremin, a jazz record with the theremin. Amina Myers on piano, electric piano and organ, Leonard Jones on bass. I don't know Leonard Jones. This was recorded in 1979 at the Big Apple studio in New York City. The soundtrack has Jay Clayton on voice. Hello 808. So this was released on Black Saint, the Italian label. With a very 80s design. It's kind of ugly. It looks like a video game, or it looks like a MoFi. Come on, Michael, give the guy a break. Well, wait till we get to the next track. Maybe I'll drop directly to it. I love this personally, but I guess I understand how this could be a bit much for some. I guess a lot of you, I mean, the whole album is great. The first side, this is the B-side. The first side is good free jazz, but this, the last track, Spihu Monesti, let's dwell a little bit into it. Already sounds like a Def Prod record. It is cut corner, but other than that, it's in great shape, especially for a record that costs like $8 here in Sweden. Hello, Rich. So here you get the theremin action Well, the first track from the B-side was the track we were listening to, and now it's that like stark drone track. It's kind of, yeah, it's crazy. It's not good, but when you listen to the music now, it kind of makes more sense, like a cult music, occult, cultish music. Hello, Eric. Your record has landed in the US. It should be with you next week. Eric won the lottery of my birthday stream. We did a little lottery, total random, and there was a word guessing game, and Eric won this. Hello, Joe. Nice to see you. There are 7 people on the record. I don't know if they're all playing at the same time, but it gets there, Michael. There's 2 women. Oh, the ones you got. But this has 2 women in it, Jose. Yeah. It's quite unusual you get good records with theremin, I must confess. I don't, that is my opinion. Theremin is usually a gimmick that makes the music sound like a cheap sci-fi B-movie from the 50s, obviously. But sometimes there are some exceptions. These bands are pretty good at using the theremin. Well, mosquitoes here are way more aggressive than that. So, $10 for this, only 1 pressing. I'm pretty happy with this. Just the fact to find that kind of music on a straight up jazz label and jazz musicians doing that in '79. There's not that many records that do that. But that's the thing. Clara Roquemort, do you actually listen to her records? She's good at it, but yeah. Yeah, Dom got some pretty good pram action in his last weekend at the record fair and elsewhere in New York. That means you got a good sound system and a lot of windows, Liam. That's true. Interesting. Hekla was also an alias of, I think, maybe it was the brother of Keith Fullerton Whitman. Well, Dom, it is quite beautiful, but I find the range. I can't escape the novelty aspect of the music, unfortunately. Yeah, it sounds exactly the same. I mean, there are a bunch of bands who use the theremin because it's a cheap instrument. It's easy to manufacture it, and if you do it sparsely, it's an interesting sound, of course. But like trying to do something melodic with the theremin is, in my opinion, often a fool's errand. And now we're listening to a guitarist doing some non-guitar music. Do you see me watching the rugby, Rich? People, man, you guys deserve to be punished. Okay, after that maybe I'll play some real guitar music. This is from an artist who did an amazing album a couple of years ago. Really, really good. And then he was in a band, a duo, with Giuseppe Ielasi called Belong? No, not Belong. What was it again? I had this amazing cover. Billows, yeah. So this is Nicola Ratti, whose album Continental from 2019, yeah. I absolutely adore. There's more guitar on Continental. This is an album he did in 2016. Experimental electronic music, audiophile music, all about the sound and the motions. Yeah. Additional mix and mastering by Giuseppe Ielasi. Again, one of the absolutely masters of sound engineers, of mastering for vinyl, in my opinion. Giuseppe Ielasi, a great musician, and their project together, Billows, is... This is, of course, very aesthetic. But I really like it. It's a cheap record. What's good with these records? A lot of them, after they've been released, unless they get the magic attention. It's quite common you get them for fairly cheap, and when I say cheap, $10 or less. But this one has a lot of layers to reveal. So now I might be trying to annoy Dom, not in the way he expects. Just gonna get this Nicola Ratti record slip into a little bit, so you see most of it is an investigation of a setup, I guess, a modular synthesizer he built or got, and he's investigating an ID through different tracks. For me, this is quite, I don't know if I would say meditative, but all these tones, you can see here right now, this rhythmic pattern far away in the mix. Just triggers my attention and my imagination. And it gets now a bit dubby in a dirty way. Love it. Okay, what did I miss? Yeah, now it's almost like a slow dub jam. Hyper minimal. We'll get some dub tonight, by the way. Yeah, the groove of this is insane now. Don't worry about that, Eric. Or you can do it. It's always nice to connect with Dom anyways, but otherwise I got you covered. Oh, you have to tell me about it, Marius. Hello, Jason. You guys. Okay, I see the jokes are back. Fine. Hello, Brendan. Nice to see you. Old man be old man, huh? Yes, by all means. If you like this and or just want to support the channel, you can always leave a thumbs up. If you're watching this after the stream, by all means, leave a comment. and we will continue to the discussion, the investigation. And if you really like it, you can always support the stream by leaving a tip in the coffee jar, a link in the description where you can tip your DJ of the night. See, I told you this was a good record, huh? That it takes its time to reveal itself, but... Hello, Rast. Nice to see you. Yeah, when the machines decide to groove and dance. Like, I know, like, this is the long-used trope about Kraftwerk's music, but in this case, it feels real, like the humans aren't even here at all. That's good, Marius. It's all buying expensive records. There's this philosophy of you have to be patient, you have to wait. But should I wait to find it super cheap if it's now that I can enjoy it, now that it can give me something, rather than in a hypothetical future where I might be over it? I vote for now, if you can manage to make it work budget-wise. And if it's the right price, because sometimes the right price is expensive. Now, this is not an audiophile record. And I must say, I'm very happy with it, even with some of the background noise in the beginning. It will ease down. So what is a cool package, huh? I'm not talking about Fonzie here. For a record, what would be for you guys a really, really cool package for a record or an album? And by package I mean what format? I think in a way this is my absolutely favorite type of packages for an album. It totally had something of that, but like much more toned down. Hello Bat, nice to see you. Hello Yurkamur.
I never wanted it from me. I never wanted it to be free. I never wanted it from me. I never wanted it from me. I never wanted it to be free. I never wanted it from me.
definitely not an insult, but if you decide to take it as such, that's your prerogative. And I don't mean you, obviously. Hello, David. This is close to you. Do you? Do you though? Are you sure? Free EP album, a triple 10-inch album. Tons of artwork by Knox. Since this is his band, the Tall Dwarves. Do you have this one? Huh? Dub. Hello, hey Sam. Yeah. Well, I hope you're okay, Zeb. Yeah, the Tall Dwarves is the indie rock noise punk band of Knox. That song sounded almost like a Spaceman Free wall of noise at first, before it became a real Tall Dwarves record. That song. Now you get this weird backward loop tape with stuff happening.
There's someone in
Typical
your
of Chris Knox,
and you
who's
know
one of the most iconoclast musicians in indie rock, in my opinion. I love it. This had been a grail for me for a long, long time. Thank you, Chris from New Zealand.
It's just a good day.
See what I'm...
It's just a
triple
good
10-inch
day.
album. So cool.
Your ice cream melted slowly and it trickled across the
Hello, Radio Gnome.
You
missed the soft machine tonight.
Bank, but it ain't there no more. It's just a good day. It's just a good day.
Yeah, this is an invisible record. Like, this is the kind of records you pay the price. Fortunately for me, it was really, really good price.
Go and sit beside them.
I see what you mean, Zeb. I had never thought about it, but it's kind of obvious now. I do not thank you for putting that idea in my mind.
It's just a good day. It's just a good day in your life to feel alone. There's something you'll remember that you get locked far away. 2 dozen lousy hours are all it takes to make one lousy fucking day. It's not a good day. It's not a good day, not a good day, not at all. It's not a good day.
But Chris Knox's voice is much more playful than Lou Reed, in my opinion, which I love.
It's not a good day.
Well, it's a Chris, so.
Not a good day, not at all. It's not a good day, but I guess I'll thank you all.
I don't know about that, but I was aware of them back then, and I only got it now, so not totally. And of course, it's also on the absolutely amazing Flying Nun record label, which has become, not surprisingly because the music is amazing, but like a little bit, it caught me a little bit by surprise how these records, a lot of the good records on Flying Nun, I remember seeing them in a shop here in Stockholm a year and a half ago, and for the prices were a little high, and expecting them to stay there, because I thought, like, I'm the only one who's going to be interested in that, and I was completely wrong. Like, the records all sold instantly, and then there was a fight for them. So which means that these records are now very desirable. So last week was my Jean Schwartz extravaganza. So we mentioned during that stream a composer friend of his who was also part of the GRND before being thrown out of it after a power struggle. This is Guy Reibel. And this is a record that got a commission he did for the GRM a long time ago that remained unreleased for years and years, and it got issued finally by Carla Records in Germany a few years ago, and no one really cared or noticed. 12 inventions in playing modes, in 6 playing modes. This is from 77. Hello, Andy. That's true. That's totally true. I remember that now. I hadn't thought about this in so long. Thanks, Steve. Much appreciated. If you missed that, if anyone missed, the previous stream was 80% dedicated to the music of Jemm Cercs, who I did an interview also last week with, a French avant-garde composer, genius in my opinion. And yeah, I'll be doing soon a couple of videos connected to this kind of music, more in depth, or with an angle actually. But yeah, this is very abstract, of course. This is true musique concrète. So tape manipulation only. But maybe we deserve... I mean, maybe we deserve that. And maybe we deserve also some other good stuff. As you guys know, I love contrast. This is what I aim all the time. It's not always possible, but there'll be some contrast and again connections with some of the past few recent streams. I remember, yeah, I did the times of the sampler compilation times. That was something. I bought that one. Thank you, Murray Stark's wife. Yes, Rich, actually, quite a few planned. Probably soon, a live stream with Slobodan, who runs the label Börft Records from Austria, and who is also an artist in his own right. Very interesting guy. That will be an interesting discussion. But a lot of other stuff. Yeah, Reibel is still around, apparently. This is for Murray Stark's wife now.
Listen my songs, listen my stars. All over the world you play wicked and not.
And for Dory.
In a every sound, feel the low frequency. Can you feel the low frequency. You feel nice, you feel okay, you feel well, you feel good.
Yes, Julia.
Hope you feel it.
Singer is called Jean-Marie.
Low
French guy.
frequency is my food. Low frequency. Listen my song.
Almost, actually, an original B-side of King Midas Sound. Frequencies featuring Pupa Jim. And thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Tommy, for leaving a very generous tip in the coffee jar. Thank you, man. Much appreciated.
You feel nice, you feel okay, you feel well, you feel good. Hope you feel it well and understood. Love frequencies is my food. Wandering, it's a wandering, wandering, wandering. It's a wandering, wandering. It's a wandering. Can you feel the low frequency? Can you feel the low frequency?
Thank you, Marius, for leaving another little tip. Much appreciated. It's Marius is the two-time bandit of the stream. Huh? Now a true audiophile record. Super cheap. Amazing music, amazing pressing, and much more amazing price than most audiophile records. I think she would have liked that previous song, Michael, wouldn't she? Yeah, it could have. With a French little dude that our friend Julia here, she knows him personally. Putting you on the spot, Julia. And again, it's a dude, and it's I think it's like 10, 12 years old now. But yeah, really cool little 7-inch. This is the B-side. The A-side is even better, but I know it so much that I bought the album back then, and I missed the 7-inch until found it in Stockholm here this week. I was talking about it last week with Julia. Yeah, it's a fantastic album, and King Midas Sound again is just Kevin Martin from Techno Animal, who we did a pretty extensive stream about 3 weeks ago, I believe now. Thank you, Edward, for leaving a tip as well. Much appreciated, man. Have because it's this time of the year where there's quite a lot of new good stuff, and I'm still finding older stuff like that. It's a bit difficult right now, and there's some other stuff going on in life. I'll tell you guys later today in the stream. So the support it's the right time of the year for that. So that's Julia is writing the name of his band, collective band. Hello, Mark. Nice to see you. I've been living in Sweden since like full time since 2013, but I've been coming to Sweden regularly for a long time. I have some family here, or had, and a lot of friends. Okay, Andy, so if you go to the description of the video, where I write, like usually every week, first there's a link where you can leave a tip, then there's a presentation of tonight's stream, then there's a poem that I select, usually a theme connected to what I hope to play or talk about, and a few reference points. Every week I do this. There you go. So this is Robert Erickson, American composer who passed away quite young, unfortunately. This is on CRI, CRI, Composers Recordings Incorporated. It's from '84, as you can see. The first track, Night Music, is legendary. It's a beautiful avant-garde modern classical tune. But the real beauty, according to me, is this Pacific Sirens, with a tape realized at the Electronic Music Studio of the University of California, San Diego. There's a connection between this and Pauline Oliveros, since Stuart Dempster often played the trombone for Robert Erickson compositions and premieres, including a few records that, because I got this finally, some other like obscure side of his discography are gonna be introduced soon on that channel. This was obviously born in New York, but I got that from a Swedish gentleman in just new condition almost. Björkemer, yeah, actually, I didn't grab it yet, but I managed a way to get it for sure. I don't know, I haven't dwelled enough into it yet. Of course, I haven't gotten it, but you can listen to all of it on the Bandcamp of Brad, who I did interview earlier this year, Brad Lehner from the band Medicine, probably the greatest American shoegaze band ever, in my opinion, at least. The run of their first 3 albums, then it became different, then it became that again, blah blah blah. And basically, we did an interview for the first vinyl issue of a revised version of the 3rd album that features one of my favorite Medicine tracks earlier this year, and he's got a new album that just came out, so there you go. And thank you, Chris. for leaving a tip in the coffee jar. Much appreciated, man. What do you guys think of this? This is a real abstract music, orchestral with a tape. I find this absolutely mesmerizing. So you got flute, B flat clarinet, E flat and bass clarinets, French horn trumpet, trombone, percussion, viola, cello, bass, and an electronic music tape. Yeah, and I think it's a record you can still find for the price of a cheap new record of today. So that's how you have to think also sometimes. There you go. So Bandcamp just got. I mean, Bandcamp has been bought by other companies twice already, and this week, half of the people working at Bandcamp were made redundant, but they were not fired. They were actually um, transitioned to the mother company. The mother company who deals in licensing rights of music. I don't think it will impact anything. For me, Bandcamp is the place to check out records before I buy them. It's very rare that I buy them on Bandcamp because most of the time you buy one record on Bandcamp, you pay shipping for one record, which is rarely a good move for me for new records. But sometimes you have no choice, and it's still good for artists to have this opportunity for them to self-distribute. I don't see that the recent change anything for us or for the artists. Alan, bonjour, Monsieur Alan, from Canada, has shortened his name, right? Or is it a new Alan? You know what? Eventually that might happen, which is why being patient for getting your records can be dangerous. Who knows? I don't want to be, an apocalyptical predicator, but we're living in a golden age still. Hello, Joe. Nice to see you. this is how I work usually. So this is the kind of records from the past. This is a 41-year-old record. Oh no, a 40-year-old record. Under the radar, one pressing only. Great avant-garde music, and I can get it for $20 or less. It's a no-brainer for me. And now for my second grail of the week, an absolute stun cold grail.
Silently secretly I drift away.
The very first Chris Knox solo album. I only made 300 copies of it, never reissued it. This is something you never see, at least in Europe. And when you do, I got a really, really good deal for it, but it was not a cheap record. Rolling in his grave that he didn't make anything as cool as this. So Chris Knox was the first punk from New Zealand. And his range was vast, is vast, and he's a great melodist. He's got some of the best melodies in pop music, but he doesn't need production for that. Yeah, this was probably the biggest, the most elusive rock record in all my months for like so long now. Well, he is a true melodic genius, in my opinion, so why not? That's what, if you like the Beatles, that's what you like about them. Jean Schwartz liked how creative they were, and of course, but yeah. This record, first, you won't find it. Second, if you do, it's a crazy expensive record nowadays.
It's a great idea to play the music right us anyway. what the hell you've got to need to come up with us on your feet of highness grave.
Yeah, that's what I like about it as well.
But just who are you playing for, the milkman or the bloke next door? I doubt if they would give a shit unless you had a massive hit from shore to shore.
I did get that thanks to the OBC, the original buyers club that Michael set up. Actually connecting with people there and trusting each other. Nice to see you, Mike. Hello, Nathaniel. Nice to see you. Are you? Did you catch a cold?
How it's true, so meaningful.
Chris Knox got this idiot savant quality, where he has the melodic and musical chops to make it, to transcend it. I like some idiot savant music, like Yandek, but this is just another level.
So maybe I got your money too. Maybe you make me followers and hunting into nature thirds. Well, here's to you. Good on you. Whatever happens doesn't change the basic fact that I stand here and chop this stuff into you.
Gitf is another obvious example of idiot savant pop music from the indie side of things.
I'm a fan, but
yeah, it's different. It's better for me. Much better. Good eye, Nathaniel. We have Niels to thank for that. More grungy, much more. Less polished, right? Hello, it's Prince. So that was not an audiophile record, obviously. I'm not sure if it's the very first Flying Nun record, but it's one of the earliest ones for sure. Now this is amazing, cheap heat. But there are some Chris Knox albums, Chris Knox and Tall Dwarfs. Basically the Tall Dwarfs and Chris Knox is almost the same music. There are some of his records that are cheap, some reissues. There's a box set of all his stuff almost, except for this, I think. So, yeah, you don't need to go that deep in your pockets like I did necessarily, but I've been listening to his music since 93, 94. Yeah, I played Stevie Moore a few weeks ago. Yes, a little bit of You won't find it there, and it will take some time. But I mean, it's not crazy expensive, but it's a few $100 for sure. I paid less than that, more than 100, but less than 200. Hey Joe. Well, yeah, Toy Love was their first band, considered by many as the first New Zealand punk band, if I remember correctly. You correct me, Michael. The Jemm Cercs, entitled Kingdom, on Cellule 75. This is Black To Comm. Black To Comm is a great electronic music, crowd rock, psychedelic music musician, sometimes even industrial, from America. He has a few albums on Thrill Jockey, same label as Tortoise, but he set up his own label, Cellule 75, which is a reference to Luc Ferrari. And this is one of the two albums from his project, Jemm Cercs. It's a double album, which heavily relies on sampling YouTube pop music in the most creative ways. Some would probably compare this to Khaled Stone. I find this even more rewarding than Khaled Stone, to be honest. Yeah, it was an extremely good deal, considering I got two other records of his at the same time, including the 3 EPs album. Yeah, you're correct, he's not American. I remember now, he's German. And from the same city as Smooth Stitchens, Mark Richter, exactly. Not Max Richter, thankfully. Yeah, absolutely stunning. Also great inner sleeves. It's quite a meaty album, lots of tracks. I've only got this one recently, like this week. And so far, everything I've heard on that album had something that got me, wow, this is interesting, or I love this. This is Black To Comm, but his most interesting project in my opinion. Black To Comm, I don't have any of his records. Each time I feel like I want it, I find a reason not to get it. But years ago, I got this one also. Also on his own Cellule 75 label. Jemm Cercs. This one is amazing. I might play it right after. These records are extremely cheap. No one really cared enough for this to, so like the only people who bought this were people who were really into black To Comm. But I think it's better. So, and it wasn't as hyped because it's not on Thrill Jockey. Yeah, true psychedelic music. So you are in a Hamburg, Stefan. Maybe you help me out with something. We'll have to talk. Sure, Jim, but you can still find it, I think, right? No, and there's a regular edition of it. So there's one edition that is indeed 100 copies, but there's also the one I showed is that they probably did 300 or 200 of it, additionally to the 100. When I look at it right now, when I opened this tab on Discogs before I played it, there were 6 copies available, 15 who had it, 20 who wanted it. No one has bought it yet. But yeah, 6 copies is not a lot. But just think about it. You can still get this for around 20 bucks, a little under that. A double LP only did just a few hundred copies. It's still a good deal for something that is beautiful but also mysterious and highly stimulating, in my opinion. With really interesting sound aesthetic, as this is someone obviously using the digital world. Now I'm playing the first one. That one was only 300 copies, they say. And there's about as many copies available for about the same price. I feel that Didi is trying to pass a message, in a way. Do we know each other? That's very true. Today I was calling out a seller on discogs who has a record that is 10 times the highest price ever paid for that record, and it's a modern avant-garde classical record. And he explained to me that he paid 1,200 euros for it as a good deal because of that he bought it in China and at a classical music auction there. It's a completely different world. Alright, we're approaching midnight, huh? Approaching disco boom boom time, right? Not really. It's actually pretty straight. Like it's an optical illusion. Yeah, it was both elegiac and dark at the same time. Sinister, yeah. Elegiac, sinister. Great. Oh, I didn't know that that Pop Psych was disappearing. It was a semi-useful tool. It was useful like 15 years ago. Nowadays, it's not really useful anymore because we got stats from discogs. But I didn't know they were disappearing. Yeah, that was Jemm Cercs' first album. Yes, Nathaniel. And I'm playing a like weird Swedish record archival that will lead it into the midnight boom boom music record. Hello, Niels. Ah, okay. Well, it was kind of the same before. Like, it's only very few people who have a use for pop psych, Stefan. This is Joel Brink, Falk Brink. Oh, what's his name again? Joel Bryn de Falk. Contemporary punk unit. He's also known as Egg Lady, Sword Joy, You. In my opinion, the greatest techno producer from Sweden. And he died, he passed away 10 years ago. Very, very young. And this was released this was one of his most experimental records. This is a little bit of a weird record, admittedly. It's not him doing techno. This is whatever this is. And I just got it for super cheap. And for that, I listened to it a little bit online and thought, oh, could be interesting. And there you go. I think this guy was a genius for techno, and he did the best records on Börft Records, which is the coolest techno label from Europe, in my opinion, from the 90s. And as we enter disco time, soon I'm gonna show you why. Yeah, Grip Sweat is the new pop psych for sure. But that's the thing, though, it's not an aggregate. You have to do all the work yourself. It's just like a compilation of occurrences on eBay, and you don't really know how they select which ones they take in account. I think you might be your own neighbor, since you made that very same joke last week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, Nathaniel. Yeah, this goes beyond categorization, right? Like, what is this kind of music? What is this? No fucking clue, but I like it. The next one, put on your dancing shoes, but heavy ones. From 1997, 25 years old, 26 years old. Insane. So this is what usually you would call Midwest acid techno. It's a brand of techno that was very popular in the US by labels like Missile in the mid-90s. Like really hard, minimal, with like really oblique grooves. And Börft in Sweden, South Sweden, did it even better for 5, 6, 7 years. They're still around and they're still good, but nothing as that. Wait till you see how crazy this track goes. And that is a bass drum, by the way. This is the kind of music, if I'm in a club, if I get this hard, minimal, fast, with some subtle syncopation, as you'll see, and yeah, body music, real body music. I can understand Thomas. But wait a little bit. I played really the hardest track of his. Lots of pretty cool flanger action there. Joe, where is the house in this? This is straight up techno. No fucking tech house there. It's on the great Börft label, whose logo was a tractor. This is the band we're listening to right now. Between 2011, 12 and 16, that's what I was doing. Playing this music in clubs around the world between 3 o'clock in the morning and 4 o'clock in the morning. Hello, Vic. It is interesting. It is because it's so hybrid. It's really body music, and it's kind of extreme in a way. And the contrast between the martial bass drum and all these chaotic sounds floating around. All right, now we lost quite a few of us. Obviously, I'm never surprised by that. It's a bit unfortunate, but c'est la vie, hein? And back to some of the other good stuff, huh? It's quite funny to to see how in a dance club you could clear the room if you played that at the wrong time. When I play that on my stream, I know I'm clearing the room for a little while at least. But and it's not the kind of music that This is probably not the right avenue, right time to play it, which is exactly why I should play it, in my opinion. But yeah. So now, it's we passed the 2-hour mark. So I'll humbly remind you can like the video, put a thumbs up. If you're watching this after this actual live streaming, you can always leave a comment in the comment section. And if you really want to support the channel, you can always leave a tip in the tipping jar, the first link in the description of the video, the Ko-fi link. And that's when I'm going to tell you that next week, I'm not sure I'll be able to do next week stream. I will try. Depends on when my plane is going on Saturday morning, because I'll be gone for 8 days, 10 days to France to go do some like some unfortunate stuff, like some of you probably heard me talk about that. My father passed away at the beginning of the year, and that was my 1 week of missing the stream. And now I have to go back there to sign papers and to make it official. It's all administrative sadness and all of that. And I could technically stream from there, but without my records. Maybe the records from my childhood, if I saw there were still some of these there that my father kept in his house. But yeah, it's quite isolated in Brittany, French Brittany. So we'll see. But so next week, maybe it will be too difficult for me to do the stream. And the week after, you won't have Stunty tonight. In 15 days now. But hopefully I can pull it off next week. But thank you guys. But the loss, even if it's impossible, like it was so strange, the situation, estrangement, and all that. But this was some time ago. Now it's more about like the aftermath, the intendance of the passing of your closest relative, which it's just a reminder that the grieving process has actually not even really begun. The situation was so strange, but that's what it is. And right now we're listening to an amazing Canadian composer, or Murray Schafer. This is music for the mourning of the world, mezzo-soprano and magnetic tape. This was released on the amazing Melbourne label. Really, really, really good electronic music. I have most of his records. This one is one of my two favorites. He has one that is dedicated to Hiroshima, the victims. That is quite haunting. Thank you, Ed, for leaving a very nice tip. Thank you very much, man. Much appreciated. Very helpful. So yeah, because I was talking about the sad stuff, I kind of didn't check your messages, but yeah. Yeah, Sean. Oh, okay, so it stopped for a little while. I didn't even notice. I don't know. Hello, Roberto. Although, how long did it stop? And was there any message? Écris-moi en privé, trouve un moyen. On a peut-être des trucs à dire. Thank you, Eric. Cheers. Well, it's not even a matter of I won't be here. So, thank you, guys. Hello, Loyola. Roberto, thank you so much. Thank you for supporting the stream, man. So, now you hear how great this is. Yeah, Murray Schafer is an important composer for avant-garde modern classical music. He has a lot of music that is quite regular, orchestral, modern classical, but as you can hear, he wasn't afraid. Hello, Johnny Tweet. Oh, nice. Hope you scored. Hein, Romuald, n'oublie pas. Thank you, Marcos, for leaving a tip in the coffee jar. Much appreciated, man. Man, that techno track really cleared the room, and you guys are coming back slowly, creeping in back. Yeah, this is an amazing record. I got it about 15 years ago. Back then I was not completely sold on like this kind of mezzo-soprano vocals. But in this one I think it complements the electronic music so well. Oh, Virginia Astley and Anne Clark go really well together. Wait a second, you gave me a good idea.
Beware!
Well, I guess also playing like a hyper energetic Midwest techno track in the middle of a stream like that. Maybe, you know, when you mix this kind of music, you don't start with a banger like that. I know what you're saying, Stefan, but at the same time, it gives a nice little other option in a way. But we're gonna end on like some high notes there. Yeah, I'll end up doing more streams that like almost solely dedicated to that. Maybe sometimes like a real mix. Yeah. I did with Milan. Got voted in the top 11 of the week last week for that. Oh well. Last week I played these two slow dive EPs with remixes, one by Bendelou and one by themselves, and we talked quickly about that, and I thought, okay, I'll play it. The Ecstasy of Saint Theresa remixed by Disco Inferno, one of the greatest earliest post-rock bands, remixing one of the greatest underrated, forgotten shoegaze bands from 1993. Super Cosmos. Hello G McG, nice to see you. Oh hell yeah, none of that annoying thing. Bass here, so good. Reminds me a bit of Leica Moonshake. Yeah, like no copies for sale and super cheap. Is that it? And now, I love this so much. This is for you, Johnny Tweet. This is what people missed about Virginia Astley. 10-inch.
I breathe in the coolness of frigid iciness sends a shiver through me like a skewer. Icebox like raw skin heat in this polar world. It's glacial snow like a Siberian apparition. I see a frozen mirage, frost clings to the ice not guiding over the sea.
By the way, on that Ecstasy of Saint Theresa record, 4 tracks, all 4 are really good, but all different. This is mad good. Oh, okay. I bought this on discogs maybe 3-4 years ago for $5. Johnny Tweet, if you're still here, I hope you like this. Yeah. Did you know it? Because Virginia Astley's regular records are quite different from that. It's usually way more like neoclassical. Yes, indeed. Now this is a really cheap record. And there might be a reason I'm playing this. Who knows? This is a cheap, cynical package made to capitalize on the success of Rai music in the late 80s. This is from 87 and it compares some of the best obscure tracks from cassettes from the early 80s. And this Benchenet Wari Malika. Cheap. Insanely, like this, I would pay hundreds for this if it was expensive.
انا يا صبار لو كان جيت طبيب نداوي نحكي لك ما صار الفاتحه الوعد رماني مالي شي هضار لو كان جيت طبيب نداوي نحكي لك ما صار تهني منه يا سيدي صحيتك ويا ايامي نار الوعد رماني انا يا صبار كان جيت حبيب نداوي نحكي لك ما صار
Time signature of this. Crazy. If you're into stuff like Magma, Gong, check this out rhythmically. This is prog.
محن جديدة يتنسي 10 من قيد ويا أيامي نار الوعد رماني كاني شي هالدار
Thank you, Steve, for giving a tip to your DJ of the night, which is a good time to do that, since we're about to close the stream for tonight. So if you like tonight's mix, chit-chat, blues, it's always good to tip your DJ of the night in the Ko-fi link in the description of the video. But I appreciate every one of you here tonight. Yeah, this is the non-DMM. It's just amazing, Jason. Hello, Vinyl Fans. Oh, and that great avatar of you, Don Cherry. New part 1 and 2. No, I didn't. They were good. I was not in love with them. I might be doing the 3-part one, right? Ah, yeah.
الوعد رماني انا يا صبار صبار لو كان جيت حبيب نداوي نحكي لك ما صار.
Yeah, I have the non-DMM one. I have the DMM one also at a friend.
ماني شي هكار لو كان جيت حبيب نداوي نحكي لك ما صار. هذيك خطر عثمان خطر إلياس ونادير كما خير.
Last April at Den Bosch, I saw someone selling the cassette of this, the original one, the album of them. Yeah. Okay, some Rolling Stones for GBL and his girlfriend.
يا وعلي جيتينو يا كريمة الوعد رماني انا يا صبار لو كان جيت حبيب نداوي نحكي لك ما صار. انا ديام الوعد رماني ماني شي هكار لو كان جيت حبيب نداوي نحكي لك ما صار.
You should be thankful because tonight I almost played Olivia Newton-John. Is it? I have no idea. This is specifically from Algeria, yes, Justin, but recording in Paris. Oh no, not this one actually. But there was a connection between Alger and Barbès in the northern Paris. We have one last track, Liam. This is weird because this is so dark in a way, and this is party music at the same time. All right, thank you guys for coming tonight.
Gold Coast slave ship out for cotton fields, sold at a market down in New Orleans. That scarred old slaver knows he's doing all right. Can hear him with the women just around midnight.
And special thanks tonight to the Vinyl Pens, to Marcos, to Roberto, to Obscure Robot, to Toffer, to Bat Manian, to Marius, Mercurian Man, Frank, Sean the Vinyl Dreamscape, Gidget, Marcus again, and Thomas. Thank you guys. This is some of the fuel of this stream.
They
like an EBM version of Rolling Stones.
Just like a young girl, sugar, sugar.
All these records, these freestyle records, it's all about the break at the 2/3 of the record. Like if I was DJing this is when I'm starting to play this. And they just go crazy and creative with like no rules. This is just such a silly track, but yeah. Thank you. Maybe next week, depending on the how early my flight is. Otherwise, I'll see you in 3 weeks. Merci. Salut et bonne soirée.